Christian Wilkins, we all know last week, a surprising cut by the team. Signed him to a massive contract last year. He played 5 games. And there was the report coming out of Raiders camp after the cut took place this was injury related in Wilkins's mind, and the team was clawing back some money because of something that he wasn't doing in his rehab or something. Now, over the intervening days, came a report, I believe, was it Josina Anderson who reported it first, that there was an HR element to this sort of thing. A complaint regarding Wilkins from a fellow teammate had filtered to the team's human resources department after Wilkins, quote, allegedly kissed this player on the forehead. Now, I've been kissed on the forehead many times by Michael Irvin. I've lost track. But then again, he was my teammate for well over a decade. Who knows, right? Who knows?
Who knows?
Pete Carroll meeting with the media, I guess, for, I assume, the first time since that report came out on Wilkins, had this to say.
Pete,
yeah.
There was a report that came out yesterday regarding Christian Wilkins and an interaction with a teammate that led to a complaint filed to HR. I was wondering, would you like to comment on that situation?
Yeah, really, I don't. I have no comment to make. We made a decision on what we're doing, and we're moving with it, and we'll see how that all unveils itself in time.
It makes sense from a man in position of leadership here. It involves human resources and grievances and cuts and legal departments and agents. Yeah, head football coach is going to move on that one, I imagine, right?
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
So I have no earthly clue what is happening there. Especially now, though, in light of a comment from one of Christian Wilkins' former teammates with whom he shared a defensive line room. And defensive tackle Adam Butler, who no doubt played directly alongside Wilkins, was asked a general question about the controversy involving Williams, and here was his answer.
Yeah, we pretty much just kind of moved on from the situation. I really don't want to comment further on it. But I will say that, whatever you're going through as a person, athlete, non-athlete, whoever, whatever your struggle is, if you got something going on in life, just, talk to somebody. Get some therapy. Whatever your deal is your deal. Somebody out there in this world full of billions of people is willing to listen. They're willing to listen, hear you out, and help you work through whatever you need to work through. But don't make any hasty decisions. Get help.
Wow. I heard that. That was the only thing. I was literally saw it, in the palm of my hand on my phone, and I just said, wow. I had the same reaction. I said, wow. We always say here on this show that we only see the tip of an iceberg. There's a tip we see publicly outside of an NFL facility, and man, is there an iceberg there. When he said that, first of all, great advice, not just for him to use his pulpit for that sort of thing. And then secondly, again, we're not there. I know I'm treading into waters with which I'm not familiar, and the details clearly. But I told you, I saw firsthand Pete Carroll in a room full of soon-to-be college graduates at the University of Southern California in the class that he was teaching. And it was all about sharing your emotions with your fellow classmates and just being yourself and not being afraid to be yourself and talking through whatever problems you had. And the number of kids that I've listened to give testimonials to what Pete Carroll brought about them as a collective group from this class, and how they were sharing. My gosh, some of the personal stories that they were sharing with each other. I mean, that's kind of the perfect coach. If you want to share something and you need to get something off your chest and you need help, that's a guy that's there for you. And if they decided that this is the only way to handle this and move on, again, I don't know, but I'll just say this. I have to side with the fact that they decided this is what's best for Christian Wilkins, too.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure he'd be saying, he's sitting there saying, taking $32.5 million of my guaranteed dollars is not best for me.
Yeah, that too. That part.
Which is why there's a grievance filed. We'll see what happens. Because, talent over everything, you hear that all the time in the National Football League, right? And this guy's got talent if he's healthy. And I guess he wasn't healthy. And according from what his teammate just said, there's a mental health aspect to this as well. Boy, shocking turn out of this whole story. Just keeps getting more and more shocking, this development. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.